country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads.
Thank you for your interest in rural veteran transportation. I hope that this presentation will provide you with a strong understanding of the purpose and benefits of this database. The following slides were created and are being narrated by Philip Morris. A large portion of our veterans live in rural areas. Because of this, access to healthcare services and facilities is greatly limited. Not only is the distance a major barrier, but many of these veterans have very specific traveling needs. The purpose of this database is to improve access for veterans by coordinating trips and making the process easier to navigate. In order for this database to be effective, there is some crucial information that we need to collect. First, we must collect information on the patients, drivers, and clinics. Here you can see how these fields will appear in the database. You can also see the relationships between the different entities. Once we have collected this information from the relevant parties, we will be able to use the database to facilitate travel to healthcare facilities for veterans. To provide a broad perspective on what this database will be able to do, I will now give you a sample and a quick overview. One of the major goals of this database will be to improve efficiency by not sending out drivers for only one patient. Each time a patient calls to request a ride, the system will automatically search for other veterans along the same route that have appointments at similar times. Of course, there will be some individuals that need to ride alone for various reasons, and those needs will be respected. They will be flagged in the system and will not be paired with others for their trips. In the subsequent slides, I will go into further detail on how these different steps will transpire, but for now I will just present the general process. Once a patient calls to request a ride, the system will search to see if there are any ride-sharing opportunities. If there are, the system will contact the driver with the patient information and coordinate the trip for the veteran. If there are not immediate trip opportunities, the system will contact the clinic on behalf of the patient to see if there are any other appointment times available that would allow for ride sharing. If there are, the system will coordinate the trip. Otherwise, the system will schedule a single ride for the veteran. Now, I will explain the process of switching appointments. As you can see in the chart, this process starts with the system contacting the clinic to see if there are appointments available at different times. If there are, the system will then contact the patient to see if any of the alternative appointment times will work for them. Once it has been determined that there are ride-sharing opportunities, the system will switch the appointments and contact the driver with the trip information. However, if there are no alternative clinic appointments available, then the system will automatically set up a single ride for the patient. In the driver assignment phase, the system will contact the driver with patient and trip details to see if the driver can accommodate the patient. If the first driver contacted cannot, the system will contact another driver until there is one found that can accommodate the patient. Once the system has found a driver that can accommodate the patients, a trip will be coordinated. On the day of the appointment, the system will make an automated call. This call will serve two purposes. First, it will serve as a reminder for the patient. This call will also act as a confirmation to make sure that the patient is still planning on attending the appointment. Once the trip has been confirmed with the patient, the system will call the driver to confirm the trip. In the days following the trip, the system will contact the patient to get feedback on the experience. There will be a list of questions that the patient will be asked to respond to on a scale of 1 to 10. Patient feedback will then be recorded, stored, and linked to the driver profile. This concludes the presentation of the Rural Veteran Transportation Database. I hope that this presentation has been informative and has explained the purposes and benefits of the database.